While an astronomical amount of food goes to waste in South Africa every year, meanwhile, almost 14 million people in the country are going to bed hungry every single day. The Consumer Goods Council of South Africa says that this unnecessary waste can't be allowed to continue. So joining me now from the Consumer Goods Council of South Africa is Ms. Matlo. Thanks a lot for joining us this evening in South Africa tonight. About 12 million tons of food in South Africa goes to waste or is lost every year. According to your understanding, why?
Thanks so much for having us. And indeed, it's such a huge amount that we had to embark on this journey. There are several reasons why this is happening, and we need to look at it with a view of the full value chain. And we need to start from farm to fork, so that everyone in the value chain understands the impact that they have if they are wasting any food. So at farm level, what we found is that with the technological advances that haven't reached most of the farmers, that could be the reason, and also the lack of resources in terms of processing whatever that is left over that they could not sell, could be the impact in terms of farm level. However, from a manufacturing and a retailer point, there's several issues in terms of what could not be sold, because consumers love and shop with their eyes. They would want to have a perfect product in terms of what they want to have value for money. So there's several issues. There can be date marking, where retailers have to move product after a certain date has passed, so that it doesn't either cause harm or the quality has reduced. So those are the various reasons that we picked up, and not forgetting the consumer level, which is also an impact in terms of the waste that we create in our households.
Yeah, well, 30% of households in South Africa are threatened by food insecurity. I mean, 30 million children, for example, in this country are living in poverty. So these households are not receiving food. We've got these millions of tons of food that are going to waste. There's somehow a disconnect. Why is it that these households that need the food the most cannot get a hold of the food? And where is it that the problem lies in being able to provide food security for the places and for the households that need it the most?
I would think in most cases, Faith, we need to start with looking at the way we used to produce food previously. Always, and this is what the government is emphasizing, that as people, we need to have small gardens in our backyards. If you don't have space, you can have a small pot or either use tires just to create some form of basic food that you can have in your household, because that is how we grew up, knowing that there's something that we can create for ourselves. However, in terms of food redistribution, whenever there's any food that can be channeled towards your NGOs and so forth, we found that most of the manufacturers and retailers, they shy away from distributing this food because there's a lot of liability should anything happen down the value chain in terms of where you have distributed. So we are in constant talks with the government to ensure that we somehow have an enabling policy environment where everyone that donates food is rest assured that the next person that uses those particular food products will take care of them in the manner that is safe for consumers. Because we have to ensure that whatever that we donate, if we have to donate, it's actually of great safety and quality. So I think in South Africa at some point, and we saw that with the COVID-19, where our food system needs to work together, either from a rural or from an urban area. We need to ensure that we've got facilities where there's avenues of food donation. Those food donation can be redistributed towards those channels.
Well, it certainly is a disheartening reality that we're facing in the country, and I'm hoping that we can find a solution somehow. Matlo from the Consumer Goods Council of South Africa giving us the latest on that reality check.